all very much for being here. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Can everybody hear me? Great. Now,
I know you were there from day one. I'd like to hear about what you saw from day one, the experiences on the ground that made it clear, and sort of what made it clear to you over time that this is wrong and we need to end this war.
well, on day one of the invasion, myself and 150,000 U.S. troops invaded Iraq from Kuwait, and it was very clear that the battle plan was very ambiguous, to say the least. We were told by our military commanders that Saddam Hussein has this massive stockpile of weapons of mass destruction, and this is his last stand. We're coming to get him. We're going to take over his government, and what would be a better time for Saddam Hussein to use these weapons right now? And I found myself invading from Kuwait into Iraq on day one, and it took me 3 days to find any civilization, because between the Kuwaiti border, the Kuwaiti-Iraqi border, and the civilized areas of Iraq, there was nothing but open desert, nothing. So what would have been a better time for Saddam Hussein to use these weapons had he actually had them? It would have been when there was 150,000 troops trapped in the middle of the desert with no civilization anywhere. If Saddam really had those weapons, and he really was a homicidal dictator addicted to weapons of mass destruction, and he was hell-bent on using them, he would have launched his massive stockpile of WMDs on us right then and there. And when he did not do that, that's when I became 100% convinced that Saddam did not have these weapons, and we had invaded for reasons that were absolutely false. That we were misled by the Bush administration, as we continue to be misled by the Bush administration today.
As you continued your tour and did come across civilians, regular Iraqi citizens, what was the experience there? What did you see? Did you see people who clearly looked like terrorists? Did you see regular civilians? Were there, what was it, your experience like going into a town, for instance?
Sure. I'd just like to paint a picture for everybody sitting here listening. Let's say that a roadside bomb were to go off across the street, and let's say one were to go off a block away. A battalion commander would get a wonderful idea, and he would say, well, we have a high level of insurgent activity in this area, so let's send the infantry in tonight. We'll surround the area, we won't let anybody in or out, and we'll go house to house. So what you'll do is you'll enter the home, and you don't go in gently. You kick the door down, you go in fast and furious. You fly up this, you move as fastly as you can up the stairs. If there's lights in the house, you'll turn them on. If not, you'll have lights on the muzzles of your weapons, and you'll get the man of the house, and you'll rip him out of bed. And you'll have an Iraqi interpreter with you, and you will begin to interrogate the man of the house. And his wife will be laying in bed next to him. Now, bear in mind, it's August. You're in the middle of Iraq. It's 120 degrees at night, and she might be wearing a garment. And when you pull her out of bed, she might become exposed, because it could be a loose garment. And
hold on a second. I'm trying to picture this.